before crossing over out of bounds.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
David Montgomery
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears get a bit closer.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they?
O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. From the gun, here's Watson to Evans on the slant. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play on the catch and run covering 34 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Watson. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
It's a gain of 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Shaquille Barrett, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And he took the contact. As he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Eddie Pinheiro on now for the Bears. This officially a 55-yard attempt.
55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt.
Buccaneers 33.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
Partner, it's often the man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with him, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
Incomplete. Coverage on the play by Kyle Fuller.
To throw again. Watson. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bears 26.
On first and 10, Watson. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. 14 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. How about the game that he has compiled here? So he has the 2 receiving touchdowns, and now that is his 3rd rushing touchdown. 3 plus 2, 5 total.
I'm telling you, you and your math can't beat you on that one.
Yeah.
You got it down. But how about the diversity of the day he's had? Just what you pointed out. 3 on the ground, 2 catching them. What a performance.
What a performance. If I get my numbers and colors down, it's going to be a real threat.
Just always remember, color between the lines.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive first and 10. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bears have cut it to within a score.
Extra point.
So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Gronkowski, the intended receiver, and now it's second down. Throwing again. Watson. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field and put points on the board.
Do me a favor the rest of the way. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Brady. Call it and a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Now the Bucs offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy, because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line, or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
Back out onto the field comes Allen Robinson. And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Trubisky's throw pulled in by Robinson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears draw a bit closer. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Super Bowl 55 hitting the home stretch. Less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady, 50 yards. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Matt Gay on.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the rookie's free. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return.
Bradley Kenyon to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. From just inside the 20, a short kick. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
At their own 32-yard line.
Trubisky readies the offense. Down by 11, just over a minute 40 to play. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Levante David, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
intercepted.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And his first carry, he loses the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. Does the big boy have the juice?
LaShawn McCoy on the carry.
Well, that's one of those mistakes. That's a fumble that when they get to the sidelines, I know you're mad, Coach, but look, we've still got this locked down, but that's not necessarily true, is it?
Well, their hopes are slim, but you just hate to give them any hope. You could have sealed it right there.
Yeah, could have finished them off and taken away all hope, as we like to say.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Allen Robinson.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Winfield.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky to Allen Robinson. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll run on first down. It's Brady. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson. It's complete. He's got Gronk. Gronkowski's going to go. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
You can feel the effort all the way up here. He tried his best to get there. Didn't quite make it, but down around the 2-3 yard line, gotta love the effort, and especially the big play that gave his offense a great opportunity.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
One last shot for Trubisky. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. Of course, the game can end with a defensive penalty, so they'll get one more crack.
So now you get an untimed play, which should be the last one, unless it happens again and there's another defensive penalty.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Encroachment, defense.
Well, they didn't really have to earn that first down, did they?
Well, they're not having to earn much, are they? Back-to-back penalties. First was first and 5, and now they give them a first down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
This might be a free play here for Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Oh, no, he lost the football. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead.
Offside, defense.
Clean it house, baby.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Oh, no, he lost the football. And in for the score. Are you kidding me? They return it, and they take the lead.
Offside, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And the Chicago Bears have etched their name in NFL history. They are your Super Bowl champions.